Hey, what up you guys? Sometime Kev's here. Thank you for joining me and welcome back to the channel. There's one trailer at the boat ramp today. High today's 39. It's gonna rain around 2 o'clock. It's a little bit of a breeze today, but I got a little tip from Wayne on where he got fish yesterday. I caught a couple of fish yesterday, but we're back on the 21 FishPro and we are still testing the Lowrance Eagle Eye 9 live sonar. It's all rigged up right there. It's very portable. I've got this attached right here, and that's just perfectly fine. And here's the transducers right here. Just keep it covered while I'm in transport. And it basically just slides out, lift this up right here, and it drops down. And then here's the handle. It won't go down because of my fenders in the way, but that's it. That's how this thing works. It's like very, very, very simple. Works great. So I'll take you with me, and I'm going to do some point of view recordings today, so you can see what I'm seeing on that monitor and see the fish that I'm going to catch. Let's go do it. So you know the air temperature already. So now the water temperature is about 46 degrees. So it's a little chilly and there's barely a breeze. And I didn't know it when I was backing in. So my rope that's tied off is on the right side of my ski. And then the wind blew it to the left side of my trailer. And anyway, it just took me a minute to kind of get it straightened out. And the wind, I wasn't really anticipating the wind when I backed in. Normally I can just pull it straight up and set it on the ramp real soft and easy. But today it went crooked and got on the side, and it took me a minute to get it ready. So we'll be going down river only about a couple of miles, and we're going to use the live sonar, the Lowrance Eagle Eye 9, to hopefully locate some fish and drop on them or cast to them and get us some fish on board. I'll show you some point of views. I'll show you what I'm seeing. And, you know, I know we're going to catch some fish, and I don't know what. Hopefully we can catch crappie. But whatever we catch, we'll get it on video, and we'll show you guys. So I finally got it pushed back out, and so I can pull it over to the other side of the trailer and put it up on the ramp. The reason you can't put it on either side of this ramp because it's just full of rocks. And you're going to scrape it up. If I just pull it up on the ramp and pick it up and set it down, there's no boats and no waves out there, so it just lays there. It doesn't scratch or anything. So that's kind of my thought pattern on that. But so I'll get the car up here and the trailer up here, get it parked, get back down. We'll load up, get my jacket on, put some gloves on, put some goggles on, and we're going to head to our first fishing spot. I got these gloves wet. Oh yeah, we're finally loaded up. We're about to take off. We're going to go about, I'd say 1.5 to 2 miles down the river to the fishing spot. So as you probably already know, it's 37 degree air temperature outside, but when you get up to 20, 30, 40 miles an hour, then you have factors called wind chill factors. And it really does get cold, but it's just like anything else. You don't go to the beach with snow boots on and layered up. And you don't go to the lake with your swimsuit on when it's cold outside. You dress appropriately. Okay, I haven't caught any fish yet, but look, I gotta show you this. This is one giant fish. Watch when he turns sideways. He is huge. 2 or 3 of them swim into these little fish right here. But these are some big fish. There's one right there. This is a big fish. Look at him move on the bottom. I can clean this screen up a little bit, but those are like big, huge catfish, or I think they're hybrids because I can see their tail moving. big ones though. I said these boxes are 10 feet, and it's at least a third to a half of the box. I saw them swim in on the bottom right here. It was crazy. So mainly what I'm doing here is just kind of looking at the graph and trying to learn how to set the gain and the depth and how far out the sonar is shooting and stuff, and to get the best picture. Now with these little jigs, I have found out so far it takes a little bit of higher gain to really be able to see them good. Now I'm assuming if I put a regular worm for a bass or a much larger profile bait, I'll be able to see it way better. But here comes a giant fish right there. That is a giant fish. And now he went right onto the bottom. Look how big he is. He's not turned sideways yet. There's the sticks on the fish. So right now I just did a little bit of scouting out and a little bit of casting. It was windy, the cold front was coming. You can see there's a lot of activity on the screen, which is some stumps and some bait fish, along with some bigger fish and some predator fish. And we're looking for crappie, so I decided to go ahead and move since I was having a hard time holding the spot here in all this wind. No, they're not. You can see my lure. Well, I was about to give up for the day because it's raining and it's cold as everything out here. They're showing wintry mix coming now, so. But I just caught two. There's one right there. I'm gonna catch one of those. I just caught 2 white bass, but I noticed that I didn't have my recording going. But here's a picture of it, and so now I'm using the down part of the live sonar. See those right there? That's exactly what I'm catching. So this down live scan is what I'm really excited about, because I do a lot of fishing vertical, and this gives you a perfect view of what's underneath you and your bait. It's amazing. Oh yeah, already got another one. There we go, it's 3 in a row. I mean, they're not big fish, but they sure are fun to catch. I mean, they're just killing this. Look at that. Look at, there's a whole school of them, like they're fired up now. Now look close on this next clip. I'm going to show you my bait coming down. This triangle is the sonar, the live sonar, and the top is where the boat is. And you'll see my bait drop out of the top right-hand side of that triangle, and it drops down towards 2 big fish. There it goes right there. There goes 2 big fish. Who's going to eat? So right now I'm going to go ahead and mute the audio on this because there was a lot of wind noise, because that front, it already ran me off about 1.5 miles down the river from the first spot I was at, because it started sprinkling. Now it's got sprinkle, and it's got some sleet coming, and the wind is picking up. But I'm going to fish just a little bit longer and show you another catch. So on the down scan that I've got set up there, you can tell there's not a whole lot of interference, but I don't have the gain turned up too high, and I don't have it zoomed in. I don't even really, I'm not even really looking at the bottom of the river or the bottom right now, because I'm concentrating on these fish that are in the water column about 10 to 15 feet down. I have it muted here also. I got a fish on. It's just the wind is so loud right now. It's just annoying. So anyway, I put one more fish on the ski here, and it was in that same group of fish that you saw at the top of that triangle. I dropped my bait down and it hit it almost immediately. That's a lot bigger. He's fat too. And it looks like they're just all eating right there. There it goes, right there. There's a big one ready to get it. Nope, he didn't eat. Where are they at? There's a fish right there, too. Are they looking? Nope. Oh, they're after it. Nope. I mean, I can't catch it now. Well, I feel right by it. There's a fish, right? Look at that big fish right there. I swam right past him. Ah, he didn't even turn. He just kept on going. Some fish on the bottom, though. Oh, that's a big fish right there. Oh, they're after it. Come on, crappie. Come on. He was going for it. It's cat and mouse. There he goes, he swam off. He didn't want it. All right, so this is where I changed from forward-facing live sonar to down-facing live sonar, and just, you know, 2 clicks and you're looking right below you. And it's very handy if you look over on your other fish finder, if you have one, and you are like DownScan or traditional, and you see stuff right below you, you can immediately switch over, look on it, see if it's anything you want to try and fish, and then drop down on them. Now it's kind of getting really windy and starting to get a little bit sleety, and I'm really starting to get cold, so we're going to wrap it up here in the next second or two and take it in, and I'll be bringing you more videos of exactly how to use it, how I installed it, what kind of transducer mount I'm using, how I wired it. All that's coming up in future videos, so stay tuned to Kevin 11 Outdoor Adventures and check those out, because you may want to do this on your jet ski or your boat or your kayak for that matter. So keep watching, and if you like these videos, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll see when I post them. It really helps everything out. I appreciate you watching. Thanks a lot. Just watch how simple it is to pull up this Sonar transducer pole. It's a Rail Blaza, Railblaza, and it's meant for kayaks, but it's perfect for the jet ski. All you got to do is buy these small gear mounts. They come in 3 inches, 8 inches, 12 inches, 18 inches, and secure that to your boat or a PWC, and then that Rail Blaza will just hook right into it with the normal type hooks that the kayaks use. So if you're familiar with kayaks and how all of their accessories clip on, this is the same thing, and it was perfect for the FishPro. Yeah, I'm really cold now. I am luckily right by the ramp. I mean, the sleet is bouncing off the ski. The temperatures dropped. The wind's picked up. I'm going to get in here and try and get warm. Definitely freezing rain or sleet, whatever you want to call it. Listen to the trees. Yeah. Let's get back to him real quick. Hey, thank you guys for watching. The next video is going to show more of the Eagle Eye 9 with more in-depth on how I do my settings, more point of views, more catching fish. I'm going to also include all of the equipment that I use to mount it, batteries included, all that. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Keep watching Kevin 11 Outdoor Adventures on YouTube. I'll see you guys soon.